we have an update on Ezra Miller.
Great.
Yeah. 30-year.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Here we go. 30-year-old confused Ezra Miller reached a plea, an agreement to get 1 year probation that includes random drug tests, random hair follicles, and random breathalyzer tests. 1 year probation and a fine of $500. And he avoids 26 years in prison for fucking breaking in to somebody's house to steal liquor. A house that his mom was renting out to strangers he didn't know. Now, the comments were going crazy. Motherfuckers were fighting, defending the shit out of this motherfucker. So, before we get into the real discussion, Kike, I'm going to recap the timeline. And if you've been watching us from the very first video we've ever made, we've been covering everything this motherfucker's been doing.
That's why I'm fed up fucking watching this kid again.
Him and Ray Fisher.
Over and over.
From day one, our news has always been Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller. Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller. Ray Fisher, his friends finally went to him and said, hey, you're famous, you're a movie star, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop tweeting. Shut the fuck up. You're fucking up. You have an opportunity. Shut up. You're going to make it worse. Ezra Miller doesn't have friends. He has a bunch of kids he hangs out with that just want to do drugs and fucking and drink and be cool. And so they take advantage of this 30-year-old man, and because he's all high and shit. Anyways,
how old is he?
He's 30 years old.
Oh, 30 years old. Okay, I thought you said you're 30 years old.
A 30-year-old man is hanging out with 18-year-olds.
That's not cool.
Yeah. Anyways, let's start from the beginning. We're going to recap. I'm not going to show no pictures. This is him with his lawyer or his mom, or I don't know where the fuck buys him drugs every day. That's him. Here we go. We're going to recap all of his atrocities so that you can be the judge. And we're going to start. We're going to recap. Do the rewind. Kick it. Yeah,
there you go.
Recap to February of 2022.
Yeah.
A video that I'm not going to show here because I wasn't prepared and shit. I've been working all week, you dicks. We need 4 white motherfuckers to come over here and do all this shit for us. A video that shows, Asian. Look it up on the internet. A video that shows Ezra Miller choking a pregnant woman in Iceland at a store. Remember that video, Kike?
Yeah.
He starts choking the shit out of her.
You want to come at me, huh?
And throws her to the ground while he's choking her and she's pregnant.
Whoa, dude. There's a guy. Whoa, dude.
Yeah. Her fucking child was born with autism because of this motherfucker choking her while she was pregnant and shit. That's some bullshit. You know, that's some bullshit, Kike. But we're gonna fast forward a little bit. That was February 2022, that incident. March 2022, he decides he goes to Hawaii after they finished filming. Yeah, they just finished filming the fucking Flash movie. They didn't do the reshoots yet. They finished the Flash movie. And he goes to celebrate in Hawaii. And he goes. And actually, yeah, he goes and stuff happened in between, and it'll come back to it. The stuff will come back in a little bit. But he's in Hawaii, and in March of 2022, they call the police a restaurant because they say that.
Good.
Yeah,
I thought the Khalib was the police over there.
No, the police. Somebody calls the police at a restaurant, and they say, "Hey, we got Ezra Miller, and he's drunk, and he drank too much here at the Chili's and shit." And we told him he had to leave, and he's outside and he's harassing people that are trying to walk into the restaurant to eat, and he's yelling at fucking people from the sidewalk and shit. And so the police said, we're on our way. And when the police went over there, he was gone. So nobody took videos.
This island is very small.
Yeah. There are no videos and nobody had cameras. And so that video is not shown. That's just a police report. That somebody said he was doing it, but nobody saw him. Nobody saw him. I'm not going to lie. Nobody saw him. All right. The same month March 2022 in Hawaii. This motherfucker was staying at a hostel, paying $20 a night to live in this hostel.
Why would you? You have money, bro.
Yeah, but when you're a druggie and you're trans and want to hang out
My
with,
license is revoked.
Yeah. You want to hang out with weirdos, you go to a hostel. Kike. Think about it.
I think your mic is drunk, dude.
I'm drunk too, and I'm so passionate about this subject. I'm dropping shit here. Yeah. But
So I'm
anyways,
dropping the truth here.
he stays at his
And his
hostel.
mic too.
Fuck you, Kike.
Yeah.
This is a long history of this fucking criminal. Let me finish.
Yeah.
He stays at a hostel and shit, and then the owners of the hostel, they suddenly call the police and they say, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we were sleeping in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, this guy burst in through our room, and he jumped on our
Like
bed.
a Kool-Aid man.
Yeah,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and he jumped on our bed, and he told us we better shut the fuck up and not say anything, or else
Oh my God.
he was gonna burn and rape my slut wife." And
He didn't say slut. Why?
And then he went into their drawer there, and he grabbed their purse and got their ID and shit. "Now I got your information," and he left the room. Yeah. And so these people called the cops and said, "Hey, can you come over here and help us kick this crazy guy out of our hostel? Because we don't want him here anymore." Yeah. Yeah.
Daryl was like, we are weird people, but this guy's really weird, bro.
Yeah, he's causing trouble and shit. He just said he was gonna rape and burn my wife. Come over here and shit. It's fucking insane.
Jesus.
These are police reports. These are not me making shit up. Look it up on the internet, you dicks. All right.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
No, it is true.
The guys are like, maybe we need to find a job and find a hotel now.
And of course, because this guy's the fucking Flash, he fled the scene before the cops got there again. And so it was just, And so it was just a matter of he said,
He
she
was on
said.
speed.
Yeah, he left all high and shit. And so they didn't catch him. But then he stayed there another month. And in April of 2022, this motherfucker gets arrested because he was at a party and he threw a chair at a girl who pissed him off. He was at a party hanging out in Hawaii still a month later. Party. I'm the Flash, motherfucker. I'm gonna be.
And then,
He threw a fucking chair at some bitch that pissed him off because, I don't know, she was hotter than him and he got mad. He threw a fucking chair. Yeah, he threw the window. So they called the cops. The cops came and they busted his ass. They put him in handcuffs. And then the person who got hit with the chair said, "It's okay, I forgive him. Just let him go." He said he was going to score his drugs a little later. And he's rich as fuck, and I believe him. Let him go. It was an accident. And they let him go. And all the charges were dropped. The papers were thrown away, and it was under the rug. Mind you, the police are still looking for the Flash. They didn't realize he's right there in front of them, but they let him go. Yeah. Then he sticks around in Hawaii, and then in June, no, he sticks around in Hawaii. I make sure I have all my.
Still, like, Hawaii hasn't kicked him out, and we were arguing about this. Is like, why didn't Hawaii said get the fuck out of our fucking island, bro?
Yeah. Well, anyways, it was, but in the same, this is where this happened. I remember this one, in the same fucking April of 2022, he goes to another bar, and in this bar, some girl starts singing Lady Gaga, from the fucking movie In the Shallows. What's it called? The Rockstar or Star? It's a Star Life, or what's it called? The one with the Bradley Cooper movie.
Life or Us.
Fuck you. The Bradley Cooper movie that she made.
I've never seen that movie.
I
don't
saw
know the
it. I
name
just
of
don't
it.
remember the name of it because I
I
give a
fucking
fuck.
erased it from my head. I don't need to know about it, but I know like, which one you're talking about. If that makes you feel better.
This girl was singing that song at a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
And Ezra Miller said, "Fuck you. Lady Gaga's my favorite singer. Ain't nobody gonna desecrate her songs." And he fucking went over there and grabbed her mic and said, "Fuck you. Don't sing anymore, you whore." And they called the cops on his ass. And when they called the cops on his ass, we saw the video. They starting to book his ass. And he's yelling at the cops, Give me your badge number right now. You're on film. Give me your badge number right now. You're on film. I have you on film, motherfucker. He's all pissed and drunk. Remember, we showed the video here. We did a long time ago and shit.
Yeah.
And then the cops arrested. They're busting his ass, and he's all like, "Hey, you just touched my penis." He tells the cop because the cop's touching him, like searching. You just touched my penis. He goes, I'm non-binary. I'm non-binary and I'm trans. I don't want to be searched by a man. I'm non-binary and I'm trans. I don't want to be searched by a man and shit. And then they book him and they send him to jail.
And then the Touchatron 2000 goes, "I'm not human. I can touch you anywhere."
Yeah. Well, he gets out of bail because he's rich as fuck.
Of course.
Yeah, he gets out of bail and he's rich as fuck. And he decides to just get the fuck out of Hawaii because he says, I need to get back to America where I'm respected. Fuck this little Asian country that I'm living in. And he left. He left Hawaii. And he goes back to America. Yeah. Fuck you, Kike. Don't be coming around here talking down. And when he goes back, he goes back to America. All of a sudden, allegations come back. And this is in June of 2002. Allegations come out, and allegations of the parents of a little girl, little Native American girl, whose name is Dakota Iron Eyes. That's a real name, right? The Native Americans, Dakota Iron Eyes. And the parents are saying, hey, this motherfucker befriended her when she was 12. And as soon as she turned 18, he came and picked her up, and we haven't seen her. And we want our daughter back. But the police can't do nothing about it because she's 18, Kike. Unfortunately.
And she's brown, so they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So they tell the police, and they come out to the public, and they say, he took her, and he's been here. He's been her friend since he was 12, since she was 12. Mind you, he's 30. You know, he's probably 25 when he met this 12-year-old little girl and befriended her. And supposedly, according to the parents, he started feeding her drugs and alcohol and weed and shit. And then he abducts her and takes her away. And the parents are trying to get the police and to investigate and try to get the daughter back because she's on drugs and this motherfucker's just taking her everywhere. So apparently, this whole time that he's been doing all these crazy things, this little girl has been with him.
Yeah.
This little girl
has
been with him the whole all these stories we've been saying. We have this little Native American girl that he abducted at 18 years old that he fucking seduced and groomed since she was 12 to drugs, sex, and alcohol and all this shit and wokeism. And now she's a part of his team, of his crew that he drives around all across causing trouble and shit. That's when we found out what was really going on. June 16th of 2022, there was another restraining order filed by a different mother of another 12-year-old little girl.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
I mean, as you come with more fucking information, it's like, you really want to fight against this fucking fight that you want to defend this guy? Really? Like, you want to defend this guy?
A lot of people do. Man. I don't know why. A lot of people do. We'll get to it. Let me. This is a long list of shit I have written down here.
To this point, people would be like, well, I guess he is a fucked up person. No, people would be like, leave him alone.
Yeah. Fucking dicks. Anyways. All right. Another parent of another 12-year-old girl says, this motherfucker, I came home because I'm a cool mother and I let my kid bring all her friends over here and hang out. And sometimes they have sleepovers. Well, one night I came over here and Ezra Miller, the movie star, is here. And the mom says,
pajamas.
Yeah. And the mom's probably in her 30s, you know, she's kind of young and hip and trying to be cool with her kids. And she's all like, Ezra Miller's here. This is badass. And she starts hanging and she starts
what a dumbass.
Yeah, dumbass. And she starts
if only she read the news.
Yeah. And so she starts hanging out there with her kids and all the other teenagers and whatever. And, but she said something was off because Ezra Miller was wearing a bulletproof vest. And he was carrying a gun. And
what?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Why are you wearing a gun and a bulletproof vest? Come on, dude. Yeah. I would have already been like, well, I'm going to go to the basement. I'm going to bring some fucking things and I'll be right back. 911. Yeah, there's a guy with a gun with a bullet fucking proof vest. Come on, bro.
He said that the lady said that, hey, this guy the whole night was trying to convince me that my little girl was special and that I needed to let her go with him because she needs a mentor and a spiritual guide like him to show her the ways.
So
Yeah.
she let her.
No.
Okay, good.
No, she
Good,
called
good.
she called the cops, you motherfucker,
Good.
and said this story. Yeah, and she said this story.
Yeah,
But
good.
then before she called the cops, she goes, I told everyone that everybody need to leave and shit. And he left and he started telling me that I was racist and that I was like that. Yeah, he started telling her that he was racist and then
Well,
he
like
left.
that.
He left all angry and shit.
Okay.
And the next day he came back and he apologized to her, saying he was sorry for everything that happened the night before. And just he just wanted to tell her that, hey, I just think your daughter's special. That's all. And I just want to apologize. But the lady was all
so
like,
fucking
hang on.
creepy, dude.
The lady was all like, that would have been just fine, an apology. But this motherfucker was dressed like a cowboy. And I'm not making this shit up. According to this lady, when this motherfucker came to apologize, like the next day, he was wearing chaps, boots, spurs, the fucking vest with a cat. John Wayne red shirt with a fucking little scarf and shit.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Dude. Anyways. Of course, Ezra Miller's not in the
Yeah.
scene when she makes this report. So
Yeah.
the Flash got away again. Yeah. Again, Kike. June.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, June 23rd, 2022. Kike.
Jesus.
A man comes out from Hawaii and says, hey, Ezra Miller hung got here back in fucking August and March. And when he left, he took my wife and 3 kids with him.
This sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy, but it's
He took my wife and my kids.
it's the absolute truth. That's the fucking crazy part about
it's
it.
so fucking crazy. You can't fucking believe. Like if you read it like on paper, you're like, come on, this is bullshit, right? Nope, it happened. It's true. This guy is kooky as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Anyways, he took my wife and 3 kids, he says. And right now, he has them in his farm in Vermont. And I've seen pictures and videos of their Instagrams and shit. And the farm, he's growing weed. They have a shrine full of guns and ammo and teddy bears. And my children are there in that house. I
Yeah.
need the cops to bring them back and shit. Yeah. And
Yeah.
of course, it's one of those he said, she said shit. So the
Uh-huh.
law doesn't do nothing. We don't have proof or
Yeah.
evidence.
Why is Gwen Stefani on the fucking picture here?
Oh, shit. Sorry about that. I'm super high and drunk. How long has she been on there, Kike?
It's a couple of seconds or something like that. I don't know.
All right. That's fine. Thanks for catching that. Yeah. It is Ezra-nomics, motherfucker.
Just in case you fucking miss me, I'm right here. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't worry about it. Ezra-nomics,
Yeah.
we've been doing this a long time. This motherfucker's been here all year. He's been the top news of all our shit.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyways, the guys didn't do nothing about it. We move on to August 4th of 2022. And then
Yeah.
some people from Iceland come out and they said, hey, this motherfucker was on vacation over here for a few months. And he was with this little Native American girl who looked really young, but he was with her and shit. Yeah. And he stayed at a hostel and shit. And he paid for all the rooms and told us to bring more friends like us.
Pocahontas, guys.
Yeah. He told us to bring more friends and more people.
Yeah.
We'll have a party and shit and the drugs and alcohol and shit. And
Damn,
there was a
damn,
couple
damn.
girls, young girls in their teens,
Yeah.
17, 18s, 17, 18-year-olds. You know, they're young still.
No way.
Yeah. Mind you,
Why?
this is a 30-year-old man.
Jesus
17,
Christ, dude.
17, 18-year-olds, and they're at the party drinking, doing drugs, and he had sex with a few of them, and they stayed there for days and shit, and because he was telling them that he was the woke messiah, which is a lie. He's a false fucking messiah. I am the true woke messiah. Let it be known right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, that son of a bitch. He was saying that he was some sort of messiah, and he was going to bring up the woke apocalypse and change the world and shit, and everybody's going to be trans and gays, and there's going to be sex and everywhere. He was excited about it. And they were like, oh shit, he might be right because I'm on acid, and whatever he's telling me is badass and shit.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
And so they were like that.
In
and
Iceland?
Yeah. And he was having sex with a lot of little girls and shit. And some of the little girls were saying, like, he would have sex with me. And then right after we had sex, he would say, you disgust me. Get away from me. You're disgusting.
Afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And the girl was
Oh
confused.
my God, I don't know if I believe it. God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
This
This is not me
stupid.
saying this is
I
what the
know.
reports
I
and the
know.
allegations are saying. The little girls are saying, like, this motherfucker would have sex with us and tell us he loved us, and then right afterwards he would says I'm disgusting and shit.
You know, Bjork is from Iceland, and she's probably like calling the fucking cops. I know I'm really weird, but there's a weirder guy over here, raping little children.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Bjork, we had enough from you.
Yeah. Here's here's the ending, the culmination of this shit, Kike. August 7th. He went to his mom's house. Now, he went to his mom's house in the hometown and shit.
So hungover.
Drunk, on drugs, and hungover. And I guess he needed some more because he was coming off of it. And this is just me speculating. He was coming off of it. This is like I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I'm like, what would it be happening in my
don't do
head?
it.
All right, I'm having withdrawals. I need some alcohol or some weed in my system. I need something in my system right now because
Scratching your neck
yeah,
and
I'm
shit.
coming off of it and shit. And so I'm gonna go to my mom's house, and then motherfucker's so fucked up in his head. You know me, I'm so fucked up that I go to my
Yeah.
mom's house, but I forget because he forgot. I forget that my mom doesn't live there anymore because I'm rich as fuck, and I bought her a house, a bigger house to go live in the rich neighborhood, but I forget. And like a dumbass, I go to the old neighborhood where I used to live as a child, in the old house that we had. I'm like, I used to sneak in through this window back here all the time, and I break into my old house that my mom is renting out to other people, strangers
God.
that I don't know. And luckily for everyone, and I mean this, luckily for the people and for Ezra Miller, that they were out of town on vacation when this happened.
Jesus. I was about to say that's
Yes.
fucking Back to the
Yes.
Future too.
Yeah.
When he comes back
Yes.
to the 80s.
The black
and there's
people.
a black guy going like, what the fuck, motherfucker?
That's what I'm saying. Luckily for everyone, because that's
Jesus Christ.
that's exactly what the fucking fucking situation could have been. It could have been that. But luckily, nobody was home. And this motherfucker breaks into the liquor cabinet and said, I'm taking some of my mom's liquor, and leaves. Well, yeah, and he leaves. Nobody saw him. No noise.
Good. Good. I'm glad for that family. They didn't fucking do that.
No, hang on. Nothing was broken. Nothing like that. They left. The people come back from their vacation and they said, hey, there's liquor missing from the liquor cabinet. What's going on? And they had put cameras on their
Super
house.
drunk family, by the way.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
the fuck is the liquor?
yeah, they're alcoholics.
I needed this after work.
They came back from vacation. All right,
Okay.
Yeah, the liquor is gone. They're pissed. So they look. They had hidden cameras, and so they look at their security cameras, and they see Ezra Miller coming in through the window, taking their liquor and leaving and shit. And they're all like, "What the fuck?" So they call the cops, and they press charges on this motherfucker, and they book his ass. All right, and they bust him for burglary and shit. And now we are at the point, and this is already January of 2023.
Yeah.
Which is August, September, October, November, December. 4 months later, and this motherfucker has pled guilty. He got 1 year probation with random drug tests and breathalyzer tests, and only had to pay $500 for this shit. And
That is some
he
bullshit.
still has a job at Warner Brothers Discovery. He's gonna have a movie coming out in 2 months and shit. Next month he's gonna have a movie that's gonna come out and shit. And he has millions of dollars and he got away with it because he's trans and shit.
Motherfucking Henry Cavill fucking got fired. The Rock got fired.
Yeah.
Some of these people who were like in movies that actually made money, that were out there already. Not this guy. He hasn't. That movie hasn't been out. Had made money and they got fired. Not this guy. What the fuck, dude? I guess they like the fucking promotion that he's doing with his fucking crazy fucking life. And they say, no, that's good. That's good. He's making a lot of fucking noise with his fucking bullshit. We should keep him. Which is fucked up how fucking Hollywood works. It's like, you know what?
Making buzz.
This fucking crazy
He's making
motherfucker
buzz. You
who's
think
been
that's why they're
doing
keeping
fucking
him?
shit. He's making more promotion to anything that he does that we need to keep him. Yeah, he's a bad fucking example for kids, but hey, who cares? It's DC, right?
Ah, man, I don't know. I just feel like, man, like, Kike, if I had done all those things on that list, would I be here doing the podcast tonight?
Fuck no.
I would be in jail getting fucked in the ass. Meanwhile, this motherfucker is free, running around loose, getting fucked in the ass, instead of being in jail getting fucked in the ass. And that's some bullshit.
Hey, like shit like this, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and check out the full podcast on the link to the right, where we discuss more topics we don't post on these short videos. Peace.